Hey, welcome to Sports Daily on Sports.com and Ustream.tv. I'm Michael Artsis alongside Darrell, Reid. We've got a great show for you today. Here's the deal. We've got a couple of special guests and possibly a really special guest, and that we'll get to later.
Really?
Well, I mean,
they're all special.
They're all special.
All our guests are special guests.
But this could be a big one. It could be.
They're all big, I feel like.
And then, as I predicted, the Lakers and Kobe Bryant battle back here, and they win a much-needed game to take command of their series.
They're up 3-2. The game was in L.A. It's a game they should have won. What surprised me about the game was Kobe and how he came out, how he was aggressive. He's supposed to have this ankle injury.
Ankle injury, spankle injury. Come on, it's the playoffs. It's the playoffs, man. In the playoffs, you play to win, and you win or go home, and all those wonderful cliches. Look, he's Kobe. If he's going to be the Michael Jordan of his era, he's got to show up. He's got to put up or shut up, and he put up.
Well, he definitely showed up last night.
He did what LeBron James can't do. He showed up.
Well, he showed up last night, and he definitely helped his team. I think he helped his team's energy. You know, he only had 19 points, which isn't a lot for Kobe, but to me, he really picked up the team's energy and really distributed the ball and helped the other players on the team get involved. And that's why all the starters on the team ended up in double-digit figures.
It was a big win for the team. Now, even though he only had 19 points, didn't you feel like Kobe carried this team and that they needed his leadership and him out there? I mean, they've got some other guys, Gasol and Lamar Odom.
No question he was a leader out there. There's no question about it. He definitely led them last night. I mean, he had 2 times where he came down the lane with some hard dunks that we haven't seen from Kobe in about 4 or 5 years.
It's like an injured Peyton Manning being in the game. It's better than having a Sorgi.
It was kind of vintage MJ. Like MJ comes out with the flu and scores 50 in the Garden or something like that.
Well, this was 19 though.
Yeah, but it was a loud 19. If you can have a loud 19. And somebody can have a quiet 30.
It got the team going. It showed that their leader was there. Their leader was there to lead them. Their leader was there to play hard. And their leader was there to make sure that all the right things happen and that they win. And he was there to show them how important the game was. Apparently, his team needed him.
Yeah, they did. They did need him. They needed him to step up and really show his leadership qualities and really help everybody else get involved in the game. As I said, all the rest of the starters ended up in double-digit figures in the game, and then Lamar Odom pitched in 13 off the bench.
Lamar is a pretty good player, though. He's a big dude.
I mean, they got a lot of big dudes. They got Bynum, they have Gasol, they have Lamar Odom, they got the Triple Towers.
You need big dudes in basketball, that's for sure. Guys my height don't play basketball.
Definitely if you're in the Western Conference.
Do you feel guys have gotten bigger? I mean, on teams, there was always 1 or 2 huge guys.
Of course,
but now,
of course they've gotten bigger.
I don't mean bigger like
they've gotten
more muscular.
taller. They've gotten taller. You know, guys used to be 6'10", 7 foot. That was the tallest. Now you got guys 7'1", 7'2", 7'3", sometimes 7'6".
So where do you think the Lakers go from here? Because I think they're still the favorites in
they're up 3-2. They're up 3-2. The game's going to go back to New Orleans. So we'll see. It's going to be tough. New Orleans played them tough last night, and it's going to be another tough game for them in New Orleans, especially with Chris Paul playing how he plays.
Now, I want to take everybody behind the scenes here at Sports Daily and Sports.com and show them that, I mean, you're getting text messages, and people might get upset by that on the set you're getting text messages. I get text messages on the set. I'm here
one right now.
I'm here on the iPad.
It's really not good news, though. That's not a good text message you get.
Oh, that is not. How about now? Can the answer be now? So basically, the idea is, 5 minutes right now. The answer and the reason we're working this out on the air. This is what we're doing. We're live, but Darrell and I are.
Nobody does what we do like we do it.
We are the producers of the show here at Sports.
We are.
We're the hosts, but we're also the producers.
We're the statisticians.
We do everything here.
I mean, we put this thing together.
We should take people in the back later and show them what's going on back there.
Maybe you should. I don't think we'll have time this show because there's a lot going on. But maybe one of these shows when there's less going on, we have to talk about and get to.
So we're working on setting up an interview that is a pretty big interview. It's an important interview.
Well, let's not even talk about it.
Well, I'm just saying that's what you're texting about.
If we never get it set up, it's not good to talk about. They might not see the interview till tomorrow.
It's possible. So either we could do it quick now, or we can do it for tomorrow.
Let's just stick to this NBA thing, like we were talking about. The
But I
Bulls.
think it's fun to bring our viewers behind the scenes. I think they want to know. They want to know when they see a cutaway shot of you texting or me on my iPad, what is going on?
I don't think they care.
We do it all in front of them. It's all in plain view.
Do you guys care? Call in 347-480-1724 and tell us if you care what me and Mike are doing in between shots, pause. If you care about what me and Mike are doing.
What I think is really amazing
behind
is
the scenes,
you and I can carry on a conversation while multitasking. We're texting, we're looking things up, and we can completely carry on a conversation. I mean, I was impressed.
As most normal people can, Mike.
I don't think that's true.
I mean, most normal people can
can't
carry
text
on
and
a
drive.
conversation at
They
the
can't
same
even
time.
text and drive. That's banned in every state now.
Well, you don't text and drive anymore, do you?
No, I don't. I used to. Only for red lights now.
And the Bulls finish off the Pacers.
Yeah,
so that
well,
series
I mean,
is
okay,
over.
so the Bulls finished off the Pacers, and is anybody surprised by that? The only thing I'm surprised is that the Pacers snuck one in. I thought that there might be a sweep in that series.
I thought there definitely might be a sweep, but there's definitely no surprise. You know, as the rest of the series went, Derrick Rose was unstoppable. He had 25 points last night, and I think Luol Deng chipped in with another 24. And I think Carlos Boozer only had 2. Which they're going to need him in the next series where I think they'll face Atlanta, who lost last night to Orlando, but they're still up 3-2 in that series. And I just don't see Orlando having the energy, 2 more games in a row to beat Atlanta.
You don't see it? I think that they're going to.
You think Orlando is going to beat Atlanta?
Yeah.
He's still on this Orlando.
But why?
Who's down there that you like?
Nobody.
Who's your friend down there?
Nobody. I don't have
Mark Cuban's in Dallas. Is a Mets player involved with the Orlando Magic organization?
It might be the fact that the Braves play against the Mets and beat up on the Mets a lot. I don't want Atlanta to win.
So you don't want Atlanta to win.
I like what's funny? I like the Hawks' new uniforms. I just think that Orlando.
So you should go for the Hawks.
But I'm telling you what I think. I think Orlando's going to win the series.
They're down 3-2 right now.
Okay.
They were down 3-1.
They had a blowout game.
Yeah, they definitely blew Orlando out. They won by 25.
You think, Orlando comes back now?
No, I don't think Orlando comes back.
I mean, Atlanta.
What do you mean? They're already ahead. They were up 3-1.
No, but I mean they bounced back from the blowout.
Yeah, the game last night was in Orlando.
What's with this shirt?
This is my springtime shirt, baby. Y'all like that? You can only wear this one time, baby. It's my springtime look.
I don't even know what that shirt is.
It's olive. I call it.
You know how big it makes you look? Do you have any idea?
I'm a big guy. You know what?
You're not that big.
It kind of reminds me of like Mike's shirt he had on yesterday.
My shirt I had on yesterday?
Big shirt, yeah.
Oh, yeah, I did. Well,
exactly.
Yeah. I just didn't tuck my shirt in.
I took a page out of your book, Mike.
I wasn't manicured.
Okay.
That thing, I mean, it's just huge.
Yeah, that's how we wear them, baby.
Where'd you get that?
Huh?
I'm sorry.
Philly. I got it from Philly, baby.
Where, though? Where you don't get that at Macy's?
Philadelphia. It's custom.
That's custom?
Yeah. This is
you paid extra for that?
This is when I used to work out.
Wow.
I used to be this big.
No, you were never that big.
You know what, though?
It
makes me look slim.
No, it doesn't.
I think it does.
No, I think it's got the opposite effect. Maybe if it had stripes, it would make you look slim. It's got these horizontal things.
Those are stripes, Mike.
No, if
you
it
just
had
said
pinstripes, okay?
You just said if it had stripes.
I'm sorry to go off topic here. I just couldn't. I couldn't.
You know
it
what?
feels nice though. It is a nice custom shirt.
It's a beautiful shirt.
Would you? What
kind
of tie would you wear with that shirt? You got the white collar going.
I wouldn't wear a tie with it. Are you kidding me?
You can't wear a tie with that shirt.
No, you swag it out just like I did.
Yeah.
You know what it is? You know what it is about Mike? Mike's upset because I can get away with wearing this shirt, and he can't. You know what I'm saying? He can't swag this shirt out.
I don't think you get away with wearing that shirt.
I'm getting
Even
away
on
with
the
it
monitor.
right now.
It looks better in person than it does on the monitor. I'll give you that. I don't think you get away with wearing it. I think you wear it and think you look good. You look good when you dress up. This is not one of the things that you look good in. And there are plenty of things you can wear that I can't
What is Mike
and you
like
get away with.
Is Mike like a fashion expert now?
Yes, I'm an
Mike,
expert.
you're not a fashion
I'm an expert now.
Just because we went suit shopping one time.
Twice. But I'm telling you, I think I'm not a fashion expert. I just think that the shirt doesn't work for you.
Let's see what Jill says about the shirt.
She said I should call it mellow yellow.
It's not yellow.
They call
olive.
you mellow yellow. It is not olive.
Well,
it's yellow.
let's ask Jill if she likes the shirt. Jill, call in 34748. Jill's like one of our top callers.
She said nothing but love for you, D. Nothing
Always,
but love.
always. The ladies like the shirt, and that's all that matters.
That is all that matters.
Who cares
you know what,
about
see,
Mike's
but you know what
opinion?
you can wear that I can't, that makes me jealous as hell, is those big white Prada sunglasses or Carrera sunglasses, the superstar shades. I can't wear those. I look like a buffoon.
Exactly. So
You
I'm
look
not
cool.
gonna
You
listen to
rock
Mike.
it. No, wait. What do you mean you're not going to listen? I help you out. I know what you know. This is.
Hey, listen, we're gonna
call.
go to a break right now. We'll
Wait,
be right back.
we're just going to go to a break?
Yeah, we're gonna go to a break.
All right, we're going to go to a break.
We're gonna go to a quick break. We'll be right back, man. Relax.
All right, Sports Daily.
Welcome to Sports. My name is Greg Dorman, and this is Rally Notes.
Racing fans, don't forget that on Thursdays at 7 p.m., it's time for Rally Notes. Greg Dorman, rally racing co-driver from Klein Racing, hosts guests and takes your calls about the entire automotive industry, rally racing, and auto racing in general. Rally racing is a great sport. They have Subarus and all sorts of off-road, all-wheel drive vehicles that run through the mud and the backlogging roads. But he's not only talking rally, he'll talk all sorts of racing and automobiles as well. We'll test cars, we'll drive cars, and we'll have a lot of fun. Rally Notes, 7 p.m. on Thursdays. Don't miss it.
I'm Justin Tucker, the New York Giants, and you're watching Sports.com.
If you want everything sports, you got to go to sports.com. That's spelled SPORTCE.com. We're going to take you behind the scenes in the world of sports and a lot more. It's sport, content, and entertainment. We got a lot of great stuff. Technology segments. Now it's got the front and back facing cameras, so you can do video chats like this one via Skype on the 3G network, and you can do FaceTime, only available on the Wi-Fi. It's got a lot of other great features. You can edit on it with iMovie. You can make songs and voiceovers behind the scenes.
We back, sports.com, at this secret location behind the scenes. Jim Jones.
We'll take you into the lives of athletes, follow them off the field, but it's also music.
Be right here, but it's perfect day.
And other genres as well. Check us out, sports.com, and we've got live shows 5 days a week. A lot of live shows with live guests in our New York City studios. We've got Rally Notes at 7 p.m. on Thursday nights, The Warning Track, 6 p.m. on Friday nights, Schwartz on Sports with esteemed broadcaster Peter Schwartz, 8 p.m. on Tuesday nights, and on Wednesdays, it's The Music Movement with Darrell Reid. Check us out, sports.com.
Sports Daily, and we're back. Michael Artsis, Darrell Reid.
What's
Call
up,
in,
D?
Call in 347-480-1724. We want to hear from you. Follow us on Twitter at SportCE_media. And, you know, follow Mike, Artsis Media.
How about follow you, Foots95 on Twitter?
I might change my Twitter name, I
I
think.
like that. What are you going to change it to? You got all these followers. What are you going to do with all those people?
You can change your Twitter name. You keep your followers. I'm
You
not going
do?
to erase my Twitter. Yeah.
All right.
I just think maybe D. Reid would be good.
DReid95, like your website, dreid95.com.
Maybe.
Hey, we talked a little
What's
bit about
up with hockey, man? Come on, I'm kind of like, I know a little bit. I don't know everything that's going on because, you know, I don't care about every hockey game that happened last night.
Well,
but there are some I do care about, and I'm kind of upset
those
right now.
Canucks let me down by winning.
Okay, but
They
that
beat the Chicago Blackhawks. The Chicago Blackhawks
Yes.
couldn't come back from a 3-1 deficit in series lead by the Vancouver Canucks, and so the Blackhawks, last year's defending Stanley Cup champions, do not move on, and the Vancouver Canucks knocked them off in a 4-3 series victory.
I'm happy to hear that.
Well, 4
I'm
games.
happy to hear that. I didn't want the Blackhawks to win because they traded my man Ryan Potomac.
I'm not happy about that, and I'm not a big Blackhawks fan at all, but
So,
I
what is it?
don't like Vancouver.
Why? Because it's so far west?
No, well, they took Messier.
All right. Next hockey game. What's the next game?
I don't know. I don't like Vancouver. They have ugly jerseys in the 80s. I don't know. I wanted the Blackhawks to win. I wanted them to come back and beat up on Vancouver a little. It would have been nice. So then, of course, this is disappointing. The Flyers knock off the Buffalo Sabres.
I'm definitely very. We had Vanek on the show earlier.
Last week.
Yeah, just last week.
He was excited, even though they come off a loss.
Yeah, I think he has like 5-6 goals in the series.
Yeah, he played well. Well.
So, hats off to my man Vanek out there.
And it's disappointing that
Buffalo.
the series is
I'm
over.
going to have to go visit all my guys in Minnesota now. So Philly beat Buffalo last night. And then Pittsburgh didn't play.
Pittsburgh didn't play. They played tonight. Pittsburgh versus Tampa Bay. That series tied at 3. And here's something. The Habs will play the Boston Bruins. And the Habs...
Keep the Habs what?
And the Habs have tied the series at 3 games.
Who's the Habs?
The Canadians, the Montreal Canadiens.
They're Montreal Canadiens. Why do they call them Habs?
I don't know. I'll look it up.
Isn't that? I mean, to us, like non-hockey guys like myself, that's kind of confusing. I'm like Montreal Canadiens. I know they're in it, and you're saying Habs, and we gotta find out.
I'm gonna look it up.
Why don't we let Artie look that up? I mean, come on.
Artie's busy back there. He's answering phone calls and doing all sorts of things. We're gonna figure this out.
So that series is tied now 3-3.
That series is tied 3-3, and that's the only series left. I mean,
Pittsburgh.
Well,
the Pittsburgh series
those
is
are the only
3-3.
two. Those are the only 2 left.
Damn, man. I feel
got
bad
the
for
Ducks,
my man Vanek.
The Ducks lost to Nashville.
Yeah, we talked about that.
You got Detroit trouncing the Phoenix Coyotes.
Yeah, we talked about that.
Right,
Yeah,
so we're not talking about that again. And the Sharks won. But hold on, I'm going to get you the Habs information. I want to see the Habs lose. Here's another team I want to see lose. And I just watched.
I thought that was like where hockey started in Montreal or something. I thought that's the hockey capital.
Well, no, it's Montreal and Toronto are the 2 big places. It started in Canada, and the thing is that I don't like the
about
Canadiens.
Habs on there, man.
Toronto Maple Leafs are cool. I'm not a big fan of the Canadians. Hold on, I'm going to get there. We're on Wikipedia here, which you could do at home too and call in.
Well, let me just tell you, while Mike's looking all that stuff up, me and Mike have been running around the city lately doing all types of stuff. We were in the Bentley last week. We just went to this pre-draft party last night with my man Raheem Brock from the Seattle Seahawks. Had 9 sacks last year, 2 in the playoffs, 11 total. I mean, he was killing last year. I can't wait till this lockout's over so he can sign another big deal.
And you know what the thing is that's cool is we're doing a lot of draft coverage. We have our draft show tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Gene Fugit will be in studio.
We got a lot of guys calling in, a lot of current NFL players calling in for that draft show we're having tomorrow.
And we've got some good draft video to show you, but we want to give you a preview right now.
Just a little preview, little taste of what we was doing last night. You know what I'm saying? At my man Raheem.
You know who was there?
Foundation event.
Zab Judah.
Yeah, my man Zab.
And there were a lot of models and singers, and of course Raheem Brock.
Of course.
And you know what my favorite thing of the night was?
The Maseratis.
You got it.
So check this out. We'll be right back. Sports Daily. Mike.
You shot all that footage, by the way. You did a great job. I just want to commend you.
Yeah, okay.
All the footage when you weren't on camera. I mean, you've really taken the initiative here and the reins, and you just grabbed the camera out of my hand and said, let me go.
You know how you know I didn't shoot any of that footage? Because the camera wasn't shaking all over the place. You didn't have, angles that were upside down.
It was so nice of you to wear that Steadicam, too, so we didn't have that
know,
problem.
like,
That's Holtz's Steadicam. He just got it yesterday, and he let you use it.
I don't even know if you've seen any of the models. Maybe you saw some of their legs in that shot. I don't.
Look, you were saying
But that's,
something.
that's a little something from the party last night.
You were saying something while that was airing. Oh my God, all these legs. But that's what you shoot when you shoot a party like that. You shoot the models, you shoot the cars, you shoot the drinks, you shoot the athletes.
Well,
we did that.
You did see.
We brought you to the
Zab
atmosphere.
Judah and Olivia. You seen them in the shot. Maserati, my man Raheem Brock. Big shouts to Raheem Brock, Rashad Jackson, TR Luxury, Maserati, who helped sponsor that event.
And we got a lot more from that event. A lot of great interviews.
Mike in the building with his camera.
No. You had the camera. That's why they let us in.
So how we get that footage? Was it your iPhone?
You shot it.
Mike shoots with his iPhone sometimes too.
I do.
So you got to be careful.
It's not the tools. It's the craftsman. Or it's not the craftsman. It's the tools.
But it was definitely a good time last night. Shout to Jessica Dykstra. Like I said, Zab, Mita, who helped put that event together, works with Brock's Foundation.
I like the DJ, man.
Alio cookies.
Did you like those cookies? Did you eat them? I didn't eat them. I gave them to Artie. Artie, how were those cookies?
I actually tried the white chocolate cranberry.
Yeah.
The diamonds and rubies. Alio's got these. Alio's cookies. You got to check
organic
them out.
cookies.
Alio.com. I think I got a card in my back pocket.
That's good.
Alio.com.
It's gonna help.
They got these organic cookies. They're pretty good. They got flavors that you wouldn't normally know of.
I want to know, what is an organic cookie? We didn't find that out.
It's got to be kosher. I know that, right? If it's
Why does it have to be kosher?
If it's organic, it's kosher. Right?
Artie, how was the cookie? I made him eat some last night when I got back here.
It was pretty good, actually.
Yeah?
Yeah? Which
what flavor did you have?
The rainbow?
He had the rainbow one, I think.
Yeah.
And would you know it was an organic cookie if I didn't tell you that? That's Artie from our control room. You can call up and speak to him anytime, by the way, 347-480-1724. That's his home number.
That is my home number.
Yeah, Artie.
Yeah, that's where he spends the most time, definitely.
So, Artie, what'd you think? You like the rainbow cookies?
Yeah, I mean, I can't tell if it's organic or...
Such personality here. He'd be a great
Artie,
salesperson.
Let me ask you this, man. How's my shirt look, back there on the monitor, man?
Very, very bright.
Artie!
That's not my shirt. That's the camera settings. The camera settings are...
Oh, it's all the lights.
It looks very, very weird on the screen.
That's what's up. I'm trying to
mellow
fool
yellow.
I'm trying to fool the people out there.
Now hold on, Artie. If you didn't know, could you have told that these were organic cookies?
No, I have no idea.
Yeah, so they were good.
Alio would be
very good.
Alio would be so happy right now if she knew we were giving her a shout out. Alio.com.
She was
Check
nice.
out those cookies. Yeah, she was definitely
working really hard.
Definitely.
In Mount Sinai, New York. That's Long Island, 631 area code.
Yeah. Yeah, I should. Let me see if I got her card in my.
Well, in the meantime, while you do that, let me tell you that we're going to have a lot of great draft coverage and a lot of great footage from that party and from other events. And we'll have Gene Fugit here in studio, a lot of players stopping by, a lot of players calling in, and it's basically the players' show. The players and the fans will take over the show, talk draft ideas, and that's 8 p.m. tomorrow night, Thursday night, here live on Sports.com. Darrell, Reid will be here, and Ustream will be part of this as well. So Ustream.tv as well.
Gene Fugit.
I said that.
Okay.
I know you were concentrating on getting the card. It's Alley, Alley, and then O, and they're designer gourmet organic cookies.
Gourmet cookies.
All natural ingredients.
She made sure I said that last
Talk
night.
to Allison. She's I guess that's where the Alley O. Yep.
Yeah, that's where the Alley O.
And I'm going to give you the phone number.
Come on, Mike.
631-406-3257, and you can follow them on Twitter at Alley O Gourmet. And you can also www.alio.com, and we can maybe get a shot of this card here, alio.com. Now, I wanted to tell you while we get a shot of these Alio cookies here, shameless plug, free plug for free cookies, I guess.
I mean, only because we like her. We
liked
met her last night at the event, and she was great.
Maybe Artie can get a shot. Maybe Artie can get a shot of this.
Probably
what do you
not.
think?
But did a quick interview.
I got the card right here. He's busy. He's got phone
Did a
calls
quick
coming
interview,
in.
you know what I mean?
Now that we put the number up, people are calling in. All right.
Yeah, call in 347-480-1724. There goes the card. Yeah, there it goes.
Yeah, well, it's gone now, Artie. He wanted to know where it was. So the Habs is an abbreviation for Les Habitats, and that is the informal name given to the original settlers of New France, dating back to the 17th
Where's
century.
New France?
New France is Montreal.
Okay, all right. So you always got to check with Mike. You got to always ask him the second and third question.
I was
to
getting
make
to
sure what he's giving you is really truth and
Well, this
facts.
is according to pointshockey.about.com. So
At
if
least
it's wrong, blame it on them.
At least it's coming
I
from
believe
a-
that that's true.
from a
and
true
It
source.
makes a lot of sense. You know, the Canadians, the French Canadians, had a lot of trouble in the NHL in the 50s and 60s. You know, French Canada has been very split from the more English-speaking Canada for years, and they've you know, at times had butted heads and not felt that they were part of the country and stuff. And so Maurice Richard, the Rocket, had a very hard time playing in the NHL with a lot of other players, and he stood up, much like Jackie Robinson did, not as severe, but much like that, stood up for himself and wrote a newspaper column as a journalist, talking about the injustices that were done to French Canadian hockey players, and he brought about change.
Yeah, that's
And it hurt his career too, and he was an amazing
I'm
hockey
sure.
player.
I'm sure he was kind of
50
blackballed for it.
He was, and he got penalized while other players didn't. Some guy,
change is hard.
they didn't wear helmets back then, cracked him in the head
Change
with a
is
stick.
not approved by the masses. You got to always remember that. Like, change is, you know, people don't like change. People like steady, same diet, same, you know. It's like getting rid of McDonald's. It's never going to happen. People don't want that change, even though it's terrible for you.
But it tastes good, doesn't it?
Yeah, sometimes. I've only had McDonald's once in the last, like, 3-4 years.
Once?
Maybe twice. I had,
When?
like,
When?
fish
When
fillets.
was the last time?
We might have some footage from the last time.
Oh, I was trying to goat you into that. We do have some footage of the last time.
We do have some footage from the last time I had McDonald's.
It would take Artie about 3 minutes to pull that up. Not even.
You know what? I don't know if he's going to pull it. Is that up yet?
It's up. It's on YouTube.
So how come we haven't showed the people on the show?
All right.
Artie, pull that up. Let's get a clip
This is what we're
from
going to
that.
do. We're going to play this whole clip because it's really good, and I was thinking about this. And then Friday, we're going to have a special show, and I'll tell you all about
Hold on.
that
Whoa.
after this clip.
We're going to play the whole clip.
Do you?
We got a lot of clips to play. You realize that, right?
We have a lot of clips to play.
We have 2 clips to play.
We got plenty of time.
No, we don't.
Yeah, we do.
Well, you know what? We have another clip to play.
Let's play the other clip first. How's that? That'll make
Exactly.
Artie's life easier.
Exactly.
This is an
Give
interview you
Artie
did with
some time.
Lance Ball.
My man Lance Ball.
We're all over the place today.
Man, listen, we've been doing everything over here at sports.com.
We're taking this place over. That's it.
That's it. And we work through the night.
The
And
inmates are running the asylum.
And we
See?
work through the night.
The inmates are running the asylum. I say we finish the show from Central Park today.
We could do that if we want to.
Let's do it.
You're
gonna watch a video. You're gonna watch a video from Lance Ball that D does an interview with Lance, and then we're just gonna head out. We're just gonna leave. We're gonna go find trouble.
Yeah, we out of here.
We can't show it yet.
So check out this. Okay.
You know why?
Why?
It's got 8 minutes left to finish compressing, so
All
we
right.
can watch it.
All right. So
That's fun.
So then we'll talk about the NFL.
But we wanted to do the rest of the show from Central Park. This is the inmates cannot run the asylum like this. We have to
Listen, we have some technical difficulties behind the scenes, and that's what it is. We wanted to go to the interview. We can't go to it right now, so we got to wait. So
what we're gonna do?
We're going to talk about the NFL lockout and how the players.
Let's talk about some
You know,
serious
the
stuff.
owners went to the judge and said, "Listen, during our appeals process, can you put the injunction back in place so we can keep our doors closed and keep these players out of our buildings? We don't want them in our weight rooms right now. We don't want to pay them
But let
right
me
now."
ask you something. This is what I said all along, is that it's just going to be dragged out in the courts. It's going to be a long legal battle, and that the owners were going to appeal, and it's just going to make this nasty, ugly thing, and lawyers were going to get rich, and people, and both the league and the players are going to spend a lot of money fighting this. And so what has happened so far is that, hey, the players show up for work. Some teams don't let them in. Some teams do. Some teams will let them in but won't let them touch any equipment. And then they appeal and take it further. They go to the judge. They say, you know what? Let's put a temporary restraining order until our appeal is heard. Can we do that? Can we please put the restraining order back on, or get a temporary restraining order until the appeal is heard? And then, you know, the process just moves on. It becomes a legal process, and this thing is going to be tied up forever. By the time it gets untied, and they have no choice but to get to the table together, then
It's going to be July.
it's going to be October.
I hope it's July. I hope
Well,
it's
it'll be
July. I hope it's
September,
not
but nothing.
October. That's-
Okay, it's going to be September, but nothing's going to happen till October. That's my feeling. I still stick by that. I
What
know
do you
you
mean
want it to
nothing's
be
gonna happen,
July,
like a game?
but I wanted the Sabres and the Rangers to both win, and that didn't happen either.
And you were just wrong, so maybe I'm right and you're wrong.
Well, if you're a betting person, I would bet on what D says. I'd go to Vegas right now.
No.
And
don't
I would
do
bet
it,
on
don't
what he
do it
says.
with Vegas.
Atlantic
Don't do
City.
it with Vegas. So, Mike, tell us the story about my man Ryan Clark. Mike comes in, he's like, "Hey, what's up with your boy Ryan Clark?"
Well, Ryan Clark he was the caller that we were going to get on, but he's
Well,
he's
we don't have to tell him
unavailable.
that. We're gonna have Ryan Clark on for the draft show. We don't need to tell him everything we got going. You know what I mean, Mike?
But you just asked me.
No, I said tell the people what happened, the story.
What's the story?
The story, the lockout story with Ryan
Oh,
Clark.
well, the story
Come
is
on,
that
Mike.
Ryan Clark shows up at the Steelers facility. He's a Pittsburgh Steeler, and he,
Sheesh.
I'm sorry, Artie's telling me we got all this, we got this going on. I'm in 8 different directions.
Hey, listen.
Artie,
You got to stay
are
focused.
you following this show?
Yeah.
You are. It's hard though, right? We're kind of off our game today,
It's
huh?
all over today.
Yeah, we're off our game. Anyway, I'm off my
Well,
game.
I mean, that's what happens when
when you don't get any sleep.
when you're out, shooting with models and Maseratis and
You were shooting the models. I
and
was
getting-
shooting the
and getting
Maseratis.
the shots you were getting.
What are you talking about?
That must be tough, man. It must be tough.
I'm just doing my job.
I appreciate you.
Thank
I
you.
appreciate you.
How would that video look without models in it?
It would look with like Maseratis
Right.
and Raheem Brock and
It'd be pretty lame.
Well, we still had Zabdru
And it wouldn't
Olivia.
document the party. That's what we're there to do, document the party.
Well, you did a
Why are you
great job
beating me
documenting.
up about this?
What are you talking about?
You're like, hey, what about, getting all the model shots?
Can you just tell us the Ryan Clark story?
It's bad enough they call me pervert when I'm shooting it. I don't need you to give me a hard time. I'm
I
just
don't-
doing my job.
I don't want to get to any of those discussions. I don't want to get in trouble.
When I hide in the bushes,
because me and Mike's wife are very close. We're cool, and I don't want any issues with her.
there's nothing to be issues about.
Yeah, but I'm not even gonna get to it. That's off
What?
air. We'll talk about that off air.
What?
So anyway, Ryan Clark.
What issues are there?
I don't want there to be any issues. That's what I'm
But
saying.
there can't be. There nothing happened.
There could be none. Exactly.
My cell phone's blowing up right now.
Except with Ryan Clark. What happened with Ryan Clark?
Anyway, Ryan Clark gets locked out of Steelers training camp. They won't let him in. What are you laughing about, though? I shot some footage of some girls. That's it. That's what I'm supposed to do. If you look at every party video I've ever
I'm
done,
not talking
starting
about
at
that. I'm
Antonio
just-
Pierce's birthday party,
just
going
talking
back
about
to the
Ryan Clark.
2007 season, it's the same
You
footage.
shot great footage.
Thank you.
Now what happened with Ryan Clark? So he went to go into the facility,
He went to go into the
and
facility.
they said you can't come in.
They said you can't come in.
And just yesterday, everybody was praising the Rooneys, the owners of the Pittsburgh Steelers, saying how they're great owners. James Harrison saying, we have great ownership out here in Pittsburgh. They want us in the building and all of this, and then this happens.
So we have to talk to Ryan and get the story. I'm not going to, if he's going to call in, I'm not going to go by what's in the papers.
We're going to have him on.
That's what I'm saying.
All right, so,
So that's the story. I don't
we'll
know.
get the story straight from
You know
the
what, I
horse's
think we
mouth.
should-
Later today or for the draft show.
I think we should roll this Bentley piece as we get ready for the Lance Ball interview,
Okay.
and we'll show D eating some McDonald's, and this should be a fun piece. This was a ride we went on, a press ride with a Bentley Continental GT. We had a little bit of fun. It's also up on our YouTube page, youtube.com/sportstv, and on Friday we'll have a special show, which after this clip I'll explain to you.
Michael Artsis alongside Darrell Reid. We're taking the new 2012 Bentley Continental GT for a spin around New York City. Check it out.
First of all, I have to say I like the gas pedals, man. I mean, we've got these.
You gotta switch gears if you're gonna have it in manual.
I am. Hey, relax, D. I'm driving how I want to drive. But there's one thing we got to do first. I'm kind of hungry, and here's a McDonald's drive-through.
A Diet Coke? What will fit in the cup holder of the Bentley?
What was that?
What size soda would fit in the cup holder of the Bentley?
I don't know.
When you got a bet, that really means you eating good. And this is good eating. What did I get to drink?
You didn't say you wanted a drink.
It comes with the meal. What the? Hold on. What did you get? A McFlurry with my meal? Mike, when the last time you was in Harlem, man? Now we got a trip planned, baby. We taking the Continental GT through Harlem, baby.
What they want for this, like 253? It's nice, I like this.
Once you take it off the lot, you ain't doing nothing else to it. But you gotta take it off the lot how you want it.
You want to take this off the lot like this and leave it like that?
Yeah, I take this one off the lot just like this. But as far as the Bentley goes, right. Sound system, right. Check it out though. This is the new look. Ain't nobody in the hood got this, guaranteed.
So I got to tell you, so far I'm very impressed with this car. It's, you know, very, very luxurious. Obviously, the fit and finish, without a doubt, is phenomenal, and it's not something I ever doubted. But it's even better than I expected. The leather roof liner, the leather visors. The car handles very well on the city streets. It's very luxurious. It's not bumpy at all. It's very comfortable to drive. I feel like I could drive this for several hours on a long trip. I really like it so far. I'm looking forward to opening it up a little on the West Side Highway. I like this car. Is unreal though. It shifts really well. It handles really well, and it's beautiful and it's so comfortable. And you feel like you're standing still.
Yeah, Mike, we gotta say thanks to Bentley, thanks to Valentine O'Connor for letting us take the Continental GT all through Uptown, Harlem, West Side Highway, sports.com. That's how we do it. Peace.
Now, that was mostly shot by Artie, who did a phenomenal job. I want to commend him. We'll have to get Artie on camera at some point so you can see what he looks like. Right now, he's just the wizard behind the curtain.
We was burning up the streets, burning up the West Side, burning up Harlem. When you see the car going by real fast, that's me driving.
And my beautiful wife, Jill, makes a really good point. We should have taken it to the white T-shirt spot or the white tee spot in Harlem.
The 24-hour white tee spot.
Yeah.
You gotta remember, Mike, it's 24 hours.
I think we should have taken it there at about 3 in the morning.
We could have taken it if you want to.
Not without the police escort P. Diddy got to his concert.
Well, you know, you made it to the white tee spot and out of the white tee spot.
Not in a Bentley.
Just fine.
Subaru.
You made it out just fine. It doesn't matter.
I did. It was crazy, though.
And it was.
So let me explain this white tee spot real quick. It's a store that sells white T-shirts in Harlem 24 hours a day, and it was about 2:30 in the morning, and I had to go for you. You were made me go.
I didn't make Mike go. But
no,
Mike
I was helping you out.
Mike did me a great favor, and went to the
Mike and Jill.
Mike and Jill. Thanks, Jill. Of course, always there. They did me a favor. Went to the white tee, the 24-hour white tee spot up in Harlem.
And got your sweatpants.
Grabbed me some sweats. I needed some sweats.
But you'll actually hear all of that. You'll hear the full story on Friday when Artie puts together our entire Bentley ride as a show, and it's hilarious. The outtakes, everything, all the stuff that didn't make it on camera.
That's gonna be hot. The whole Bentley ride is like crazy.
And what you just watched was a review / a little bit of fun with the Bentley, but what you're going to see is the entire ride, us having fun. Valentine O'Connor hooked us up with that car. She's the head of PR and marketing for Bentley and in the U.S., and she did a wonderful job, and we had a lot of fun with her, and you're going to see all that. The cool thing is we got cameras running in the car the whole time, these little GoPros.
Yeah, so it's a lot going on, a lot stopping, talking to people, and
talking trash,
and talking about the car, and
Don't forget about the eyeglass holder.
We talked about a lot. Losing cameras. We were doing some of everything on there. I'm telling you.
The only thing we didn't do, or maybe we did, was have the car sideways. No, we didn't do that. We respected the car.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because Valentine, she's gonna bring
She gave us permission though. We have it in the video. We talk about it.
And she's gonna bring us another car.
Yes, and that's the key.
Exactly. You
So
don't burn your bridges too early.
On Thursday we've got the draft show, and then Friday you're going to see a special edition of Sports Daily. It is the full Bentley ride, which is hilarious, which will include the McDonald's drive-through, which will include all of our conversation.
Also Thursday they'll be able to see the rest of that piece from the Raheem Brock Foundation event.
Exactly.
So it's a lot going on.
And that might even air during the draft show, since it's a draft party.
Exactly. That sounds good. We got some guests for the draft party, possibly Dwight Freeney, Raheem Brock, Ryan Clark, amongst others.
And Gene Fugit will be in studio with you. I'll be running around
somewhere. Where will you be?
I don't know.
You're not going to be in studio?
I might be.
Mike, you better be here.
I might be in the control room.
No.
I want the Artie mic.
You know what? Then you and Artie switch, and he can come out here, and you can go in the control room.
I guess I'll be here on the set. So anyway, that's that, and then we've got to get to this Lance Ball interview, which I think is a really good interview that Darrell did with Lance Ball. So check that out, and we'll continue to be all over the place today.
So you're going to the Lance Ball interview right now?
Do you not want me to?
Check out this interview. Me and my man Lance Ball. He came in studio the other day, and we, we talked about a lot of stuff. Lance Ball, running back, Denver Broncos, right here. Sports.com. We're going to talk about maybe. How you doing, and welcome to Sports.com. We have a special guest today in studio. My man Lance Ball, running back from the Denver Broncos. What's good, Lance?
Nothing much, man. Just trying to maintain, trying to stay positive.
Going through this lockout and everything. So you got a chance to maybe come back to the East Coast. Right. He's a native of Teaneck, New Jersey.
Teaneck, New Jersey, always representing.
So you got a chance to come back to the East Coast. Of course, we asked him to come in the studio, do a little interview, talk to him. Just tell us about, growing up in New Jersey, how that was, and maybe, going into college and things like that.
Right. I mean, coming from this area, such a popular area, had a great experience going to high school, diverse. I think just growing up in this area, the tri-state area, just prepares you for life in general, It's everybody's out here trying to make it happen, and I kind of put that mentality into college and just going forth in life, man. Just
so
great area.
You kind of come with that hustler attitude, that we're gonna make it attitude,
Only
right?
the strongest survive, baby.
Exactly. You went on to play at the University of Maryland. How was that experience for you?
It was a great experience. I played with a bunch of good guys that's known. Sean Merriman, Vernon Davis, Dominique Foxworth.
Sean Merriman went to the University of Maryland?
Of course.
Okay.
Of course. Definitely a Terp. Terp for life. Great atmosphere.
He cool people.
Yeah, good dude, man. Real good dude.
My man Dominique Foxworth.
Yeah, another good person, man. Played with the Broncos. Actually left before I came there, but good guy, man.
Yeah, definitely. So how you like that DC area? How was it being down there in that area, that Maryland area?
It was kind of the same feel, same type of atmosphere.
Similar to Jersey?
Yeah, similar to Jersey, New York, so I wasn't too surprised. Most guys, when they come from different areas, they get kind of culture shocked and stuff, but it was kind of a smooth transition, man.
And then you weren't drafted, and we're going to talk about the draft a little bit here. We got the draft coming up next weekend.
Right.
And so the NFL draft this year, there's a lockout going on, what I mean? But there's still going to be a draft, but you weren't drafted. I wasn't drafted. You weren't drafted. We have that in common. Mm-hmm. And this year, if you're not drafted, you become a free agent, but free agents can't sign with teams. Can you imagine what that would be like?
That's tough. That's definitely messing with a lot of people's heads, And there's a lot of good athletes coming out of free agents, You can't really take the draft and say this guy's going to be, an impact player. You never know with the bunch of guys you get. So having the free agent pool is definitely big for teams,
I think it's going to be huge, especially going into training camp. In training camp, no matter what, you need bodies.
Bodies.
You know what I mean?
Definitely.
So, maybe when we were undrafted and went into training camp. Maybe they thought we was just going to be a camp body,
Right.
but we ended up, making the team or making the practice squad or what have you.
Right.
So you started off in Indianapolis.
Right, Indy.
St. Louis do St. Louis even count?
St. Louis count. I was there on the practice squad for like a couple weeks. Then Indy picked me up. But St. Louis definitely helped me in my career, though. I definitely went out there and
so let's
flourished.
start with St. Louis then.
Right.
So St. Louis, Lance wasn't drafted, and then you went on to St. Louis because
Right.
they picked you up as a free agent,
Yep.
gave you a couple dollars to sign,
Right.
and said come into camp and try to make our team.
Right.
How was that experience?
Well, first of all, going straight into the NFL was, of course you're gonna have your butterflies, be nervous. But it was a great experience, man. Like, I take football, it's just fun. I've been playing it all my life, you know what I mean? Just playing it with grown folks now, and it was just a great experience. I just try to, just out there make it happen, get on film, do what I have to do, and see what happens after then.
Were you disappointed in not being drafted? Did
Yeah,
that hurt
that-
you?
yeah.
Did that set you back a little bit, or just
You know
hurt your pride?
From playing, it kind of hurt my pride. From playing, like, you had that chip on your shoulder. So, like, I think every Sunday I step on the field, I got a chip on my shoulder. Like, I should have been drafted. You know what I mean? Obviously the stats, what I do out there definitely proves that I should have been drafted.
So now you said when you went to St. Louis, that actually helped your career. How did it help?
Just, as far as this mentality, like, yo, I could go out here and play with these guys. I thought it was just, like, a big difference, big transition, but
Thought it was going to be a big jump, but you got out there.
Once you get
got
comfortable, get used to the speed of the game, it's just like regular football. And I learned the playbook, did what I had to do, and just made it happen.
So did you play any preseason games with them, or was it just practices?
I played all the preseason, made the practice squad open.
Final cut, or you made the practice squad? How'd that work out?
Made the practice squad after the season. After training camp.
Exactly.
Sometimes they want to keep some guys. You know how that goes. But I stayed, made the roster, made the team where I was able to at least stay around. If they needed me, they called me up.
Okay, and then you made this. How'd the transition go? Because where I met you, was the first team I played for was the Indianapolis Colts. Did the Colts just come get you off of St. Louis's practice squad? Was there a little time where you got released by St. Louis? How did that transition happen?
Well, got released. It was through injuries. Got released. The Rams needed the space on the roster, so I was done for maybe about 3-4 days.
Okay.
After that, I was gone right straight from St. Louis. I was out straight to Indy, and that's where met you, met a whole bunch of great guys, and helped my career out there.
Now talk about your experience playing in Indy with some of the greatest players that have ever played in the NFL. I mean, a quarterback like Peyton Manning. You're a running back. So
Right.
how was it? What kind of things did you learn from Peyton Manning, from a Joseph Adat, and other players out in Indianapolis?
We had Marvin Harrison out there, Reggie Wayne too. It was more just, to tell you the truth, it was kind of like a dream out there. You're like, man, I'm playing with all these Hall of Famers, a great organization. It was just great, from learning from Coach Dungy. You talk about a team, getting your playbook, and just being accountable. And just I try not to be that guy. Be out there, not know what you're doing, and just learning the game of football, and just appreciating football and respecting the game.
So in Indianapolis, like when do you feel you knew, or was it in St. Louis where you knew you could be a player in the NFL and that you could make a roster, you could make a team that you really belong? Did that happen in St. Louis, or was it you got cut from St. Louis and you had maybe a couple down days and you went to Indianapolis and you're like, you know what, I'm going to be okay?
I think when Coach Eugene told me, yo, we're gonna play you. You're gonna be up. You're gonna be up this week.
That's Gene Huey. Gene Huey out there in Indianapolis.
Yeah, everybody knows Gene Huey. But right when he told me, he said, hey, stay in your playbook. Guys go down.
Now, was this in the middle of the season?
Yeah, this is in the middle of the season. He told me
so
right when I got there.
This is the practice training camp. That's over. You're with the Indianapolis Colts.
Right.
It's in the middle of the season, and you're kind of like the next guy up.
Right, the next guy up.
So you were on the practice squad at first?
Yep, practice squad at first. And he said, stay in your playbook. You know how this league works. You could be up anytime. So he called me up. Those few injuries called me up, played against Tennessee, did what I have to do. And that gave me the confidence to be like, hey, man, I could do this. I could do this thing.
So we got Lance here. Obviously he said he'd be devastated if he wasn't drafted and he had no team to sign with, like it looks like the players are going to have to do this year. But what was the best city you think to play in, and for what reasons, or best city to live in so far? You've been in Indianapolis. Now you're a Denver Bronco.
Yeah.
What city was the best city for you so far?
I tell you, Denver's a pretty good city, man. They love their fan. They love, obviously, I love my fans, but I love, how the fan base is out there. Once you get on and show that you can play some football, they fall in love with you. And I've been there going on my second year. So, I've definitely made my mark there and definitely got a good fan base out there.
Well, let's talk about that Denver experience and what the difference was coming from Indianapolis, a team that's always in the playoffs, Super Bowl caliber team each year. How big of a difference was it going out to the Broncos, a new head coach, Josh McDaniels, and maybe a new opportunity for you, though?
Right, definitely. Definitely taking what I've learned coming from a winning team to, a all right, mediocre team. We didn't have the best record, but, we had good players, but we just didn't put it together. But, just the work ethic. The work ethic was a little bit different. And, I tried to bring that over, to the Broncos and just represent and show that, just go out there and play football. Just cut all the BS in the locker room and stuff like that and go out there and play football. Respect the game and play football. But obviously it was a great opportunity, and I just appreciate it.
So as an organization, what are some of the biggest differences or coaching differences that you've had to deal with coming from Indianapolis to Denver?
Well, it seemed like every year I basically had a new coach,
Running back coach, head coach?
Running back, head coach, this and that. It's always been a transition period basically for me. I haven't really been in that point where I was, comfortable. But I think it all has to do with yourself and how you just take the game. I'm a very humble person. I like to work. I just like to go in, get the job done, go home, And, I think going with that mentality will definitely help you in certain transitions,
So it didn't matter.
It didn't matter.
You went from Indianapolis and then out to Denver, and you said, I'm going to stick to my routine, I'm going to work, show them my work ethic, and, just be a humble guy that I am that really kind of made you and helped you stay in the NFL.
Right, that's what you got to do. Take it as a business, man. Do what you got to do.
So what about this off season right now? It's a lockout going on. You're not really sure when football is going to start. Right now, I believe y'all maybe would be in mini camps or something. Week before the draft. Yeah. You'd have at least one mini camp. Workouts definitely going on. What are some things that you're doing differently because of this lockout?
I say my regimen has slowed down. Guys can take their time now with things. I do a lot of certain things that other guys want to do, like doing yoga, stretching, just certain things that are different from a certain regimen. But definitely slowed down. Come back to Jersey. My head trainer's here. So DeFranco's gym. So I go there, train and just take my time. Really, nothing really different. Just try to live a healthy lifestyle.
So is you're going into? I say, would it be your fourth year?
Third,
fourth year in the league, depending on if you count the practice squad years, how you count it.
Right.
What are you expecting from yourself this season? Some of your goals. What are your goals this season?
Well, I'm expecting. I've been up and down. Last season I was on the 53 for most of the season. But just make the roster for the whole season and just continue to grow. You can always get better. So just be overall general as a player. Just work on all my things. Aspects of the game.
I remember that game in Tennessee. It was towards the end of the year. A couple guys got hurt, and the Colts kind of rested their players or rested their starters for the first round of the playoffs. And Lance started. You started, right? In Indianapolis. It was your first start, first career start. I believe you rushed. If it wasn't for 100, it was real close. It was
close, 83.
83 yards.
11 carries.
I mean, he was out there beasting. I was like, oh, yeah. Yeah, Lance got it. And I thought from that day, I said, well, he's probably going to be the second running back, because at that time, the Colts were kind of struggling in the running game. And I said, Lance is going to get a good shot because he's a good running back. He proved it. Hopefully the playoffs.
Right.
But things kind of work out how they work out.
Exactly.
But now you're in Denver. And you got a great opportunity.
Great opportunity.
What do you think about the new head coach?
He's great. Coming from the Giants, the Panthers, all the guys around here, have great things to say about him. I think he's definitely bringing, a hard work and attitude to the team, and just a different thing. We needed a change of pace. Things weren't going as they were, so you got to switch things up. But great guy. I haven't really sat down and talked to him. It was more like a hi and bye, how you doing? But, you know, once we get back in order and I really meet him, I think, you know, things are going to go well.
Now, we talked about coaching changes before, and I know you've had many coaches, and Josh McDaniels was the head coach in Denver.
Right.
But last year, during the season, in the middle of the season, there was a coaching change where your running backs coach actually became the head coach.
Right.
Can you talk about that and how that impacted you?
Well, I think it impacted me greatly. He was definitely, when I met him at first, you know, he told me, hey, just keep fighting, and hopefully, you know, you get your chance to play, you know, and I kept on doing it, had a great preseason, proved myself, and he's always been back behind me. So, like, once he was the head man, I knew it was on, and he'll, you know, let me loose a little bit. And it was great to have him as a head coach, you know, great guy, great person. He's actually used to coach with the Giants, you know, Coach Tiki Barber. So he had a great history behind him, and I knew, hey, this guy knows what he's talking about. He's seen great backs, and I just don't want to prove him wrong.
So now you're dealing with a new head coach, John Fox, and a new running backs coach?
No, he's still there.
You still got the same running back?
Still there.
Studeville,
yeah.
Yeah,
Studeville staying there, same OC, same O-line coach, so everything's looking pretty good.
Okay, so it's
now.
a lot of things that have remained constant in Denver,
Right.
despite. What about special teams? Is special teams
New
coach?
special teams coach.
Ah, man, I'm going to miss my dude, man.
Right, Preef.
I'm going to miss Preef, man.
Preef, man, it's good dude. But hey, you know.
Yeah, that's how it goes.
That's
that
the
business.
That's the business,
you
man.
know,
It's
you
business
realize
aspect.
that, you know, after you're done with college and you get to the NFL, you realize the NFL's business is totally different from college.
Definitely.
One last question I wanted to ask you.
Right.
This is kind of off the football subject.
Oh, man.
I'll ask you a couple questions. Number one, who was your team growing up?
Oh, the Cowboys, man.
Cowboys fan?
Of course.
That's my dude.
The Cowboys fans.
A lot of you know, y'all may not know out there unless you Wikipedia me and Lance and put us right next to each other. You know, pause. But me and his birthdays are one day apart. Like,
both Geminis.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know,
He's the 19th. I'm the 20th.
Right.
So we got some things in common. I was a Cowboys fan growing up.
Big Emmitt Smith fan. Emmitt Smith.
Big Emmitt Smith fan.
Definitely.
Okay, and so you Cowboys fan growing up, even though you're from Jersey. I get a lot of slack for that. A lot of heat
from the Giants,
Philly
fans, Jets fans, Philly fans, but they couldn't say nothing about the Cowboys.
Nah, because we was killing in the 90s.
The Aikmans, the Troys,
come on,
Ray
Michael
Allen.
Irvin?
Yeah.
Come on.
It's enough said.
Nah. The O-line, Nate Newton, dudes like that. Okay, last question. Top 3 artists. Top 3 artists ever. We're going to go top 3 artists, top 5 artists ever. We'll make it easy. Top 5 artists ever and top 3 artists right now.
Okay, I'll give you top 5 ever right now.
Okay.
Wow, I'll give it
And we'll save the rest of that for the music movement.
Exactly. You know, we go into the music stuff. You know, as you can see, my man Lance had a lot of great things to talk about.
Very interesting.
You know, a lot. If you don't know Lance Ball, he's a great guy. He's from Jersey, from Teaneck, New Jersey.
And he had a lot of good things to say about the draft. I mean, interesting things to say about the draft and his feeling.
The process and the Indianapolis Colts and the organization and the Denver
Teaneck.
Broncos.
He's from Teaneck.
Yeah, he's from Teaneck.
Where do you play football?
Teaneck High School, I would guess.
Nobody comes from Teaneck High School.
He did.
It's like coming from Great Neck North.
I don't know. Is that where you went to high school?
That is.
Great Neck North.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. That's between you and Jill. But it looks like we're over our time. And that's it for today's show. For Michael Artsis, I'm Darrell Reid. This is Sports Daily. We'll see you tomorrow. Tune into our special draft show tomorrow night, 8 p.m. We'll be coming to you live from, we'll be here, right? At the studio?
From here, yeah. But tomorrow we might be in a different location during our show.
During Sports Daily tomorrow, we might switch our location. We'll see how that works out. We've tried that before. Sometimes it doesn't work so well.
Sometimes it works great, like from Monticello Motor Club.
Monticello was nice, so.
All right, D.
All right. We'll see y'all tomorrow. Sports Daily. Michael Artsis, D. Reid. Peace.